Now, just recently, a teacher was suspended for comparing Donald Trump to Hitler. He's a Holocaust expert who was suspended from a high school, pointing out the similarities between the actions of Donald Trump and Adolf Hitler. And his name is Frank Navarro, and he's been a teacher for about 40 years at a Mountain View, California school. Here's a statement according to him. Hitler said he would make Germany great again. Donald Trump said he would make America great again. Hitler focused on the Jews and the Poles as foreigners and that they should be driven from Germany. Donald Trump has focused on Muslims. I think it makes sense. It's factual, it's evidence-based, it reminds students that history is real. Now, I agree he has somewhat of a point. There is a very clear similarity there. But I'd also point out that a lot of politicians over the years, decades, or even centuries have said things like that. Every politician that runs for government says how they're going to bring jobs back, they're going to make the country great once again. Wasn't that what Obama ran on? The whole, hope and change things. We can make things better. We can make America what it really is. This really is just a bland, meaningless statement. Now, there are very real similarities between Adolf Hitler and Donald Trump. However, I would note that Hitler actually carried out on his anti-Semitic leanings. That he, genuinely, once elected, eventually did carry out anti-Polish, anti-Semitic activities. It remains to be seen whether or not Donald Trump is really going to do it. I do think it's largely hyperbole to compare Donald Trump to Hitler. While I agree that they sound very similar, Donald Trump getting elected by largely just being an asshole is very different from someone who carries out, the killing of 6 million people. I mean, Donald Trump saying that he doesn't like Mexicans and stuff like that is not equal to the killings of the Holocaust. In my honest opinion, he's not going to do that. He's not going to be Hitler. There's not going to be huge concentration camps where people are killed. This is largely just paranoid hyperbole brought upon by liberals, very similar to those that came on rightists as a result of the election of Barack Obama. There was going to be FEMA camps, everybody was going to get locked up, the guns were going to get taken away, Sharia law was going to be enforced, and they'd rather live under a bridge than socialism. Good job, because that's probably what you're going to get. I don't think he should have been fired. I think this is a bit of an exaggeration, but I don't think it's really worth a guy losing his job over. But, it's the United States, and there's no telling from educational institution to educational institution, what's really going to happen in these cases. But suffice to say, it is very symptomatic of the very divisive political culture that is going on in the United States right now, and shows that the election of Donald Trump has polarized the public probably more than has been seen in recent memory. Although, in fairness, it could be very comparable to what we saw after the election of Barack Obama. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.